welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, hello, my name is Sam and it's lovely to meet you. If you're not new around here, welcome back. Yeah, I have decided to sit and do a speed review on some of the makeup I've been testing. I haven't done a review of makeup for such a long time and I've tested a lot of new things, so I really wanted to sit down and give you my overall thoughts. I've tested this selection of makeup for quite some time, so I definitely have some good thoughts, I think. So if that is what you're interested in, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any of my future uploads. If you are wondering about the eye look that I have on today, I am filming with the Too Faced Cosmetics Italian Spritz palette. I think that will be up after this video, so yeah, so let's just dive into it. Firstly, I'm going to start off with a moisturiser, something I don't ever start off with, but I decided to add some skincare into this. I love this moisturiser. I really want to buy the bigger version, but it's a little bit expensive, but I just love it so much. This is the Glow Recipe Plump Plump Hyaluronic Cream. I just think this stuff is amazing. It smells amazing. Yeah, I love it, and as you can see, it's dead now. But yeah, I do really want to purchase this, and I would definitely recommend it. It's such a nice moisturiser, and it's great for dry skin. You've got your hyaluronic acid in there, and I love hyaluronic acid. Next are the lip oils from Arttitude Cosmetics. I have two of these, but as you can see from the packaging, I have been using these non-stop every time I do my makeup. It's actually all worn off. I'm not a massive fan of the applicator because it is quite small, and it reminds me of like a children's magazine, like, do you know what I mean? It's quite firm. But saying that, this is watermelon. I absolutely love the smell of it, and it just makes my lip feel so hydrated whilst I'm doing my makeup. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I do reach for it a lot more than I thought I would when I first tested it, because I was like, I don't like the applicator. But no, I reach for this all the time now, so I'm going to probably end up having to purchase another one soon, because it won't be long before that is out. I just wish they were a little bit bigger, and I just wish the applications were just a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit softer, just so you could get one swipe instead of having to keep re-dipping. A few products from the Beauty Crop, but the first one I want to talk about is the BFF Brow Styling Wax. I've got this in my eyebrows today. It doesn't last such a long time, but it's also a lot more comfortable than my Pink Honey one. If I wear my Pink Honey one, I tend to just wear that when I'm going out on a night. I'm not going to have it on for too long, because throughout the day my head can feel like it feels really tight. You can feel this one when I do that, but it's not as thick and heavy as I feel like my Pink Honey one is. It's not it's more wearable, I think, for everyday, you know, everyday wearing. But yeah, it's just a clear brow wax, and it does the trick. I would always say apply this before you apply any skincare. As with any brow wax, they're going to work a lot better if you apply it before there's anything on your face. I'm going to talk about some primers. These are all from the Beauty Crop. I had a little bit of a spend on the Beauty Crop. Firstly, we'll talk about the Weishery Primer, and this is viral. This is like such a viral primer. Everybody loves it. It's a gripping primer. It does not last this red on your face. It does, you know, blend in, so if you're a bit scared of the colour, please don't be. Even if you're fair skin like me, I had no problems with, like, you know, blending it in, but I don't like it. Like, I just hate it with a passion. It sticks my makeup down. I like the fact that it has hyaluronic acid in it. That is probably the only thing I like about it. But I can still feel it. I can still feel it when I powder. I have to powder my whole face. If I've got this on, there is no doubt I'm going to have to powder the entire of my face, because I will feel sticky. I don't have it on today because it really drives me insane. Again, it would probably be something that I would wear on a night out, because it does grip my makeup, but it also makes my face really sticky even after powdering down. I have to powder very heavy for me not to feel this, and I've used it like minimalistic. I've used it just around the outsides of my face and not all over. I've tried it many different ways. I've tried it with different powders, different foundations, and every time I wear it, my face feels so sticky. So I don't recommend that. I would purchase the e.l.f. one, to be quite honest, over that one, or I think the Milk Hydro Grip is supposed to be just as good. Another one that I don't really see the hype about is the Melon Jelly Dewy Primer. I have this one on today. Does my face look more dewy? No, it doesn't. If you're going to go in with this, then I don't know, you need to go in with like a tinted, very tinted moisturiser, very glowy foundation. Don't put like a matte foundation over the top of this, but this isn't going to grip your makeup in place. It's just going to, I mean, it's supposed to be long lasting. I don't find it very long lasting, to be quite honest, but yeah, I don't understand the hypes of those, to be quite honest. I'd rather be honest with you guys. One that I do like though is the Coco Gold Perfecting Primer. This is for your pore area, and I do really like this. I think that it works really nice. I have this on today, can't feel anything. Yeah, I do really rate that one. Out of all three that I've got, that is the one that I rate. Next I'm going to talk about the P. Louise Block O'Clock. This again is another pore perfecting primer. I've heard that this is more for oily skin. To be quite honest, it's okay, but I need to make sure that I'm heavily moisturised. There has been times, you know, skincare isn't like my best thing. There has been times where I've gone in with this this primer, and I haven't moisturised underneath, and it just crumbles. Like, it just goes really, it starts peeling. Yeah, so it's not great if you don't have moisturiser underneath, so make sure skin prep is key with this one. The next one that I have, I really like this, is the Hydrate the Heartbreak. Again, P. Louise Hydrating Primer. Sometimes, I mean, this doesn't grip my makeup or anything like that, but it's just nice. I really like it. And it's just a nice consistency. It's more like that moisturiser consistency, and I do feel like it's hydrating. I have very dry skin, so I do use this mainly under skin tints just to give it like that bit of hydration. Yeah, I've been really enjoying this one. Let's next talk about foundations. I have quite a few. Oh, I do have another primer. Sorry, this one kind of got lost. This is the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte. I really like this. Really recommend it. I had this as a mini for Christmas in a gift set, and if you do like that matte look, this is beautiful. It's so soft on the skin. It's a little bit blurring, not totally blurring, but yeah, I really recommend this. This is a really good primer. I've been using that one a lot when I use more of my matte foundations. I've been really enjoying that one. We're going to talk about some foundations next. How many foundations do I have? I have 4 foundations to talk about. This is how long it has been. Let's firstly talk about one again that is hyped so much over on TikTok, and they have started selling this in Boots now. It's the H&B Cosmetics Luminous Soft Focus Airbrush Foundation. What a flipping mouthful. This is the one that I have on my face today. Now, I do like this foundation. I do. I have absolutely no problems with it at all. It does sink into my fine lines, as most drugstore foundations do, and technically this is now drugstore foundation. But yeah, it lasts. I like the fact that it lasts all day on me, but the one thing that I don't like about this is the luminous. Like, I don't get where that came from. This is not a luminous foundation in any means whatsoever. It does not give you any sort of glow. It is a matte foundation. It is a medium coverage matte foundation, but it's a nice foundation. It is a little bit yellow on me, so I do have to mix in a bit of pink liquid blush just to tone that down. And I have the shade LF3C. But yeah, it is a little bit yellow, but I'm wearing it today, and like I said, I do generally like it, but I don't give me something that is going to tell me it's going to be luminous on my skin when it clearly, it's just not going to be. Next one I want to talk about is the NYX Bear With Me Blur Skin Tint. Again, this was available in America first, and then we got it over here. It kind of got a little bit hyped up over on TikTok, not that much. I don't actually see many people using it. It is supposed to be for more oily skin where I have dry skin. The first time that I used this, I did a wear test on it. That is on my YouTube channel, and I loved it. I really liked it, but I've worn it a few times since, and I've started to really hate it. It separates on my skin. I wore it to work a few weeks ago, and the bottom half of my face was just a mess. It was horrible. In fact, I wore it with this primer. It was just horrible. So I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna have to test it again. So I've tested it again with a few different primers, and the same thing just kept happening and happening and happening. I was like, what is wrong? Because the first time I wore this, I absolutely loved it. Then I wore it with just moisturiser on my skin, and it was so much better. This does not need a primer. It needs to be set, I think. I prefer it to be set because it does feel a little bit sticky, but it doesn't need a primer. You need something hydrating. I can wear it along with the hydrating primer if you're going to wear it, if you want to wear a primer, but this doesn't need one. Not for dry skin people. Your skin needs to be moisturised as much as possible because this is for oily skin people, not for dry skin people. So yeah, make sure you are heavily moisturised and you've got your hyaluronic acid and all that stuff is all soaked into your skin before you go ahead and put that foundation on. Let's go a little bit more high end now. This is the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear Foundation. This is a matte foundation. I'm starting to go off matte foundations, to be quite honest. I do prefer to have a more glowy base now that we're going into spring and then hopefully into a good summer in the UK, fingers crossed. But yeah, I love it. I absolutely flipping love this foundation. This is worth every single penny in my eyes. It totally blurs out my fine lines on my forehead and they are bad. It lasts an incredible amount of time. I don't have to top it up. It doesn't separate on me. It doesn't sink into any smile lines. It is amazing and I absolutely love it. So if I'm going to be going out house, I will reach for this foundation because I flipping love it. We're going back into drugstore and this is probably my favourite. Along with the Lancome, I'm torn for a drugstore foundation. Absolutely love this. Love it. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect BB cover. I have mine in the shade Light, I think. I have the Blur in number 4, which is light neutral, and I have my Lancome in 40W900 or 125W. I don't understand that. But yeah, this stuff is beautiful. It gives you that glow, it gives you that healthy look that everybody's looking for. It's long lasting, wearable, you can't feel it on your skin, it's got SPF in it, it's just beautiful. I have mine in the shade Light Ivory 01 and I reach for this a lot, and to be fair, I think I might buy a backup for my holidays this year because I think that this is the only one that I'll be taking when I go abroad because I just feel like it's going to give me that glow, but it's not going to feel too heavy. It is a skin tint, so it's very light coverage, but it's got a bit of coverage, more coverage than I thought it would have anyway. Yeah, I reach for this ever such a lot. It's amazing. It's a very good everyday wearable skin tint. If that is something that you're interested in, I would definitely think about picking this one up. We have two concealers, so I'm going to talk about the one I'm not wearing today. This is the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. Again, I'm not going to big about this too much. This is flipping fantastic. This blends out like a dream. It's my perfect shade. I have the shade 110010, whatever that means. But yeah, this, I absolutely love this concealer. It does not crease on me. Yeah, set with the right powder, it does not crease on me. It's very long lasting, very hydrating. I wouldn't say that it's full coverage, it's more medium to full, so if you're after something full, then maybe go for the next one that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, I absolutely love this. I would definitely buy that again. The next one, and is the one that I'm wearing today, is the, again, viral, it's the Huda Beauty. I have mine in the shade Marshmallow. This is a little bit light for me. Sometimes I mix them together and it creates really nice coverage. This is definitely a full coverage, but again, it's very lightweight on the skin. I can't feel anything. It's very long lasting. It doesn't crease. Set with the right powder, set properly. It's really nice. But yeah, it feels, it's not thick. I expected it to be quite a thick concealer and it's not, so I'm really happy. I do reach for this one quite a lot. So yeah, those are the two concealers I've had to talk about. I'm going to go into some cream products. The first one that I'm going to talk about, again, I have this one on today. This is the BFF Pink Honey Bronzing Face Frosting in the shade Creme Caramel. I don't understand the hype. I understand that you guys 40 grams of product for £16.50. That is amazing. But this is just so warm, and I've looked at all of the shades, and I think the one before this is the lightest shade, it's Milky Mocha. I don't think that that would even give me any kind of bronzing, and yet all of the other ones look incredibly warm. I will say this does blend out really, really nice, and like I say, I'm wearing it today just because I wanted to wear it for the sake of this video, but it's just such a warm concealer. If you bronzer, sorry, if you're into that warm bronze, you're probably gonna like this, but I don't really like that kind of orangey bronzy look. It's not for me. I don't know if I'm gonna keep reaching for this. I might reach for it like minimally, but yeah, like even my bronzers over the top, you can still see that the warmness of that is still peeking through, and I don't feel it. It's not my jam, if that makes sense. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the P. Louise, the cheek of it. Now, I do have a few of these, but I just pulled out a random one just to talk to you. I do like these. I like them. But then I discovered Made by Mitchell, which I'll talk about in the next speed review, but I love that one. These can be a little bit finicky to work with. You do have to. I have this one on today. But it's a little bit finicky. Some people are like, you can apply this over powder. I've never been able to apply this over powder at all. Whether I do it on the back of my hands and then apply it, it just doesn't stick well over powder. It separates no matter what powder that I use. So yeah, I don't agree. It's very, very rare that I can find a cream product that will, you know, apply nicely over the top of powder, because you're mixing a dry formula with a liquid formula, you know, it's just an accident waiting to happen. So yeah, I do like this, and I love the colours that I have. I'm not a big fan of the applicator at all. I feel like that is just too big. Do you know what I mean? It's huge. I know that you can take that off and then you can squeeze it out, and then it just gets a little bit messy, and yeah, it's okay. It's a nice product, and I do reach for them. They're not like an awful product. I don't recommend that you put them over the top of powder, and they do last. The colour does last. So yeah, it's a bit of a hit and miss with that one. Next cream products that I'm going to talk to you about, I love this. This is the matte beauty ones that Charlotte Tilbury brought out, and yeah, I don't have to set this. I absolutely don't have to set this. Like I say, if you powder your whole face, don't apply this. Go with this, because this will shine through that powder. And to be quite honest, again, wouldn't put it over powder, but if you do put it on the back of your hand and blend it in with a brush, you can get away with it. This you can't, but this one you can. But yeah, like if I wear this one, I tend not to powder my whole face. I will just powder my T-zone, then I'll go on with this because it does dry down and it's beautiful. The colour is beautiful. It's very, very long lasting. It is expensive, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, I don't have that one on today because I have the pink one on, but no, I do love this, and I might have some other shades. I might get some other shades. We'll see. I only have one powder to talk, well, one loose powder to talk with you today. This is the Beauty Crop of Vitamin Babe. Again, I have this one on today. Now, it doesn't look too bad today, but because I went in very light-handed. If you are mature skin, I don't recommend it. I just don't, because you can go overboard very, very quickly, and you're gonna look like you've been in the desert for 6 months, and it's just gonna dry your under eyes out so much, and it's just gonna look awful. I went in, like I said, very, very minimal today, and sometimes I like a bit more powder on my under eyes because I don't want them to crease throughout the day. That's why I like my Huda Beauty powder, my Sigma powder. What other ones do I have? There's a couple that I love, that are my favourites, my holy grails. This one, it's just, you have to go very minimal with it because it is so drying. It is finely milled. I've used it quite a bit. But like I say, minimal, very, very minimal product, because you're gonna look like you've been in the desert, honestly. I do have another powder. This is a pressed powder. This is from Kaleidos. I bought this before Christmas and oh my god, how I haven't hit pan on this, I have absolutely no idea. If you are mature skin and or elderly and you don't want to go in with the bright concealers but you do want a bright under eye, get this, because this will be your best friend. I love it when I love these two paired together, but I do have it on top of this one today. This is amazing. I wouldn't say that it sets my makeup in place. This is a face illuminator and I put it under my eyes and it just makes my eyes look very bright and awake and alert. Like I say, I don't know how I haven't hit pan, but I will 100% be repurchasing this. I absolutely love it and I love the packaging. It's super cute. They also do this in like a contour palette, but yeah, I would 100% recommend that if you just want to brighten up your under eye but you don't want to go in with such a like white bright concealer. If that's not for you, definitely get that powder because it's just beautiful. As we all know, I love blushes. They are my favourite thing. I think they're everyone's favourite thing at the moment, but I do love them. And I'm going to go in, and I love all of these products. Like I'm really not going to lie to you. The first one that I want to talk about is discontinued, so I'm going to talk about that one first. It is the Pat McGrath Labs. This is the shade, this is the Divine Blush and Glow palette, cheek palette in Divine Rose. And this is what she looks like. This is very pigmented. Pat McGrath blushes, these are my first Pat McGrath blushes. Very pigmented, very beautiful, but very blendable, but very pigmented. You go in with the heavy hands, you're probably going to end up looking like a clown and find it hard to blend. Go in very light-handed. This one looks like it's going to be too dark, but it really isn't. It's so beautiful. Just a tap, and I love to mix these together and create like my own blush shade. Honestly, absolutely love this. Really do recommend it if she brings out another one this year. That was part of her holiday collection. Next, we're going to talk about the one that I have on today, and this is the Kylie Jenner in the shade Winter Kissed. Again, it's that kind of baby doll pinky blush shade. It is absolutely beautiful. I really love this. I can't really rave about it much more. It is a more expensive blush, I do apologise. Very long lasting and just very pretty. And the next one, I hate to rave about this because it's so expensive, but it is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow. I love the packaging. It's just super cute, and you don't get a lot of product in here. You get like 4.6 grams and it's like 30 quid. Like, there are drugstore ones out there, guys. There are. Whether they're as good, I don't know. No, they're probably not. I haven't found one. I've found colours that look like it, but I've just never found one that's long lasting and just so flipping beautiful. I absolutely love this. Kind of white to wear it in the summer. It is very blinding. Again, go in with the light hands and build it up. It's a very buildable formula. I love it. I do apologise. It's amazing. So I have two highlighters to talk about. The first one being the Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Enlighten. This is so beautiful. It's so soft. It is so blinding. Yeah, I do reach for this a lot, but I've gone for kind of a non-blinding highlighter as my possible favourite, which is a bit of a surprise because I do love a blinding highlight. If I go out for a night out, I'm definitely going to be pulling this one out because it's such a blinding formula. It's beautiful. If you don't like a blinding highlighter, that probably isn't going to be your favourite. I wouldn't take this one travelling just because it is very softly pressed in there, and the slight bit of like drop, I have like a little crack there, just because I knocked it on the floor. So if I did that again, it would probably break. Next one I'm going to talk about is the one that I have on today, and I cannot put this down. I really am struggling to put this down, to be quite honest. This is the Hollywood Glow Glide Face Architect Highlighter in Moonlit Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. She nailed this highlighter. I hate the packaging. It is, there you go. It's really not worth the money. It really needs to be tighter in there, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what she said. But yeah, this is, again, you can build it up to be blinded, but if it's just that subtle glow from within, it's so beautiful, you guys. I reach for this a lot. Like all my stars are starting to fade because I just absolutely love it. I do want other shades, but they are so flipping expensive, and it's just getting to that time of year where I just can't possibly afford to pick up another one just yet. Last but one thing that I want to talk about is the Fenty Beauty mascara. Again, I got this in a gift set for Christmas, and I'm not a high-end mascara type of person. I do like the Charlotte Tilbury one. If I find one that I absolutely love, then obviously I'm going to keep using it. But this one I wouldn't repurchase this one, to be honest. It doesn't really do anything for my lashes. It is, let's just show you the wand. Yeah, it's got like, it's flat one side and then like, you know, bumpy the other. I explained that so good. But no, I don't see, like, I wouldn't repurchase that, to be honest. It's okay. It's fine. What I want to talk about is the P. Louise lip drips. This is in the shade Pure Bliss. Pure Bliss, yeah. And I really do like these. I'm just going to put this on. I did have it on earlier, but I've been like eating my lunch and stuff, so it's come off. Yeah, I really like these. They're really, really comfortable. And not much else to say, it's just a lip gloss. I mean, they aren't like as blinding as what people make them out to be, but they're really nice. They're really comfortable on the lips, and they're not too sticky, so it's gonna be a good one for summer. That is everything. Now, I don't include eyeshadow palettes in this like collection, just because I do a monthly ranking, so that will be coming up in April. I've already done the one for March. Go ahead and check that out if you're interested. But yeah, that was my speed reviews. I hope that you found this helpful. If you think that I'm missing anything, that I've done like a wear test on another foundation, don't worry, it will be coming. I'm going to try and do these monthly now, so it's not such a big, big collection. Yeah, so I will get another one done next month, so don't think that I've missed anything. It will be coming your way, and that is everything, and I will see you all next one.